dear viewer. 'Tis Unclejona. Yes, I'm still with you. And I've been drinking lots of beer, but the one I'm drinking today is another Oktoberfest beer. And I don't have to use that anymore because, alas, the tasting notes are no longer within the magazine. And for this particular brewery, they're keeping very silent. And I have my theories as to why. There's definitely a connection with Beer 52. But the reason I haven't been around so much is this, the Real Ale Festival, um, I guess autumn edition, um, for 2023, running from yesterday, Wednesday the 11th, to Sunday the 22nd. There are 30 beers to have. But, dear viewer, before I get cracking on today's review even, let me tell you of the days of high adventure. Dun, 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 dun. No, it's not Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's Dan Weatherspoons. Um, they've so I went yesterday, as I think I told you, lovely dear viewer out there. Yeah, I went there yesterday with the guys from Camera. We had a meet up, and it was a comedy of errors. It was ridiculous. We arrived, and yeah, our Weatherspoons, the local one in Ramsgate, is the biggest one in the country. So you would have thought someone with a brain cell would have thought, oh, biggest Weatherspoons in the country. We've got a beer festival coming up. Let's do some organisation. But alas, no. Um, there were nine of us in total there. We all arrived around 7 o'clock. A couple of people were there already. And the way they've set up the bar is absolutely ridiculous to start with. So they've got, I think, 5 hand pumps on one side of the bar. And then on the other side, they've got another 5 hand pumps. So you would have thought, wow, that's 10 beers to choose from. But alas, no, that is not the case. Because the ones further down the bar are all ciders. You think, oh, cider through a hand pump, that's a good idea. But no, what they've done is they've got the hand pumps, put the pump clamps on, and then the ciders are actually in boxes, so cider in a box, in the fridge behind. So basically what they've done is they've taken out 5 hand pumps out instantly, for false advertising. And that's kind of all right, I guess. Well, you'll see in my explanation. This is going to be a long video, by the way, so why not sit down and have some beer? Oh, and while you're thinking about that, click like and subscribe and all that kind of jazz. And please respond to my story of woe down below in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think of this shit. Anyway, and I'm going to drink some beer too, so don't worry about that. Yeah, so normal time, that's not a problem. And there are some other pumps upstairs which, they're not open to the public, but they are there. You used to be able to use the upstairs bar, but alas, that is for the app only. However, let's talk about downstairs. So you've instantly taken half of your capacity of selling beer out of the equation. So there's 5 5 hand pumps to choose from. When we arrived, there were 2 out of action. They had a sign on saying line cleaning. Now, if you'd opened the other 5 down the bar, you see what would happen? 2 would be off, but you could buy the same beer probably from down the bar. But oh no, they don't do that in the biggest Weatherspoons in the country because the management are dumb fucks. I have no fucking clue why they've done this. Anyway, apart from to advertise cider, people that drink cider know what cider there is. It's ridiculous. Anyway, oh, 2 pumps out of order. But there were 2 festival ales. So from this festival, there were 2 pumps on. which is hugely ironic. If you look at the back, try 3 ales in third pint tasting glasses. Try 3 ales for the price of a festival pint. You can't try 3 ales when there's only 2 on, can you? You dumb fucks. Once again, just it just buggers me, man. Yes, they can't have all of the beers on all of the time, which is what the management, I think, from Weatherspoons would say. Oh, we can't possibly have all the beers on. And some pubs have all their pumps on all the time. So have about 8 or 9 beers, perhaps, all the time. Anyway, not at the biggest Weatherspoons in the country, Ramsgate, the Royal Victoria Pavilion. You dumb fucks. Whoever the manager of that fucking place is deserves to have a big slap. Yeah, you fucker. There's another one. Have it. So there's 3 pumps on, yeah, because they're cleaning the lines. It's a beer festival that day, starting that day. Might be a good idea to clean your lines before the beer festival starts, just in case. Maybe that's a good idea, but just what the fuck? Anyway, so 8 or 9 of us get to the bar as we're ordering our beers. So there were 2. Right. So 2 festival beers from this. The other one, the other beer was Hobgoblin. Hobgoblin Ruby Red, the original Hobgoblin, which is now, for some unknown reason, 4.5% on cask, when it used to be 5.5. I think it was 5.6 at one point. Then it dropped a bit. Then it dropped a bit more. In the cans, it's dropped now to 4.2. So it's like, oh my god, it's almost a session Ruby Red Ale, if you can believe that. I mean, Marston's, who actually own Witchwood now, they're just raping them for all the money they can get. All they're interested in is money, because they're watering down the beer that you're drinking. I mean, fuck's sake. Anyway, unless you have a Marston's pub near you, it's unusual to see Hobgoblin, to be honest. So I was like, wow, Hobgoblin, brilliant. I'll have that. Don't forget thirds. So I was like, oh, can I have it as a third? No, we aren't set up to do thirds yet, even though this magazine was given to me. You can't actually buy it. It's just, what the fuck? Okay, no problem. Halves then. So starts pouring the Hobgoblin, and guess what happened? As he's pouring the beer for me, it goes off. So they've got, I think they've got 10, 10 hand pumps, and we're down to 2 beers. That is fucking ridiculous. So they're serving 2 beers out of 10 on day 1 of a beer festival. Just, you could not make up such tomfoolery. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, so I went to the other Weatherspoons on the island of where I live, and funnily enough, they didn't have these, which is your tasting notes and all that kind of jazz. And what I found was they had 2 beers, so maybe 2 is something they've been told to do. Anyway, they had 2 festival ale beers. Oh, what's that? I see there's a third one. Oh, brilliant. What's that? Oh, that's Hobgoblin. Oh, brilliant. Fantastic. I tried to get that last night. Can I have that as well? Comes along, and it's not a red beer, it's an amber beer. So I was like, what? And then I said, that's weird. I don't remember there being Hobgoblin Gold, which it turned out to be, in the book. So I had a look, and they don't. How crazy is this? Right, what they do have down the bottom here, King Goblin. But I didn't get King Goblin either. What they'd done is they had put a real ale festival sticker, if you like, or pump clip over the top of just a normal beer to fool the public into thinking they had a special beer. I mean, Hobgoblin Gold is not too bad, but the fact that they're basically lying to everyone. And I said, oh, I don't remember seeing that. Could you? And guess what? I'd forgotten this. I got 2 of these in the pub last night, and yeah. Oh, can I have one of these? Oh, yeah. We don't seem to have any of those. Maybe they were stuck in the post. Yeah, right. You lying fucks. I know what you've done. You're trying to make some extra coin by advertising a normal beer as a festival beer to generate, um, yeah, more sales. It's just absolutely woeful, woeful. Anyway, it could drive a man to drink. And guess what? That's exactly what I'm going to do to you today. Dear viewer, hopefully you're still with me, listening to my 10-minute long rant, so I apologize. Anyway, we do have a nice beer coming from a different kind of beer festival. This is a Marzen beer from Buro or Buro. Looks very, very similar to the beer I had last week or at the weekend, something like that. It even says Prost. But, dear viewer, 5.2 as well. Nice, very nice. If you look there, it says brewed and canned for Buro at St Ives. So they're doing some contract brewing. The plot gets even thicker. Anyway, Marzen beer, the quintessential Oktoberfest beer style. Marzen. It's an elegant German amber ale with clean, rich, toasty, and bready malt flavour, restrained bitterness, and a dry finish. Using malted barley, Vienna malt, and biscuit malt, not liking the biscuit malt. Gives the overall impression of soft, complex, with rich aftertaste that is neither cloying nor heavy. Wow. And basically, if you didn't know, a Marzen beer is a German beer style originally, brewed for, or mainly for, you can get it outside the Oktoberfest time, but mainly it's brewed then. The reason it's called Marzen is because they brew it, or they originally brewed it in March. And then they went up and put it in caves to lager, because it is a lager style. They put it in caves to keep the temperature cool, but also it's like cellar temperature. So they keep it in a cave to maintain a cool temperature across the summer months. And then when it comes to October time, or September, I should say, they crack them open and drink them. And it's a lager, genuinely. Yeah, it's always stronger than normal lager strength. So this one's 5.2, and I believe if Buro were making a normal lager, which I doubt they would, it would be 4.5, something like that. Right, enough talking. Sorry, dear viewer. You can tell I had five pints last night and had 3 today. Yeah, so that's one reason why I'm talking nonsense. Anyway, this will be my 4th beer. Look at that. Once you go black, you don't go back with the beer tops. So this is going to be reasonably reasonably strong lager. That half of it is on my trousers. Cheers and beers. I am not having a good time, dear viewer. Anyway, I needed a shower, so fuck me. Just that absolutely ridiculous. It's been in the fridge for like a week, so I didn't think it would explode, but yeah, definitely explodey. Right, let's get a nice picture for the front cover. Something along those lines. Now, I did see a little bit of material. Lucky it wasn't on the way out, hey, dear viewer, because it would have looked like I had pissed myself. But no, I haven't. It's beer. Um, Cloudy. I saw some sort of sediment coming through, just under a finger's head. Lovely, lovely, rich bubbles. What else can go wrong, dear viewer? Ugh, got some bar mats. Cool. Cheers. Actually, I should probably do a nose, shouldn't I? Yeah, definitely multi, like a multi-bar store. Maybe a little bit yeasty too. Hmm, cheers. Oh. Yeah, weirdly for a lager style, this is definitely a lot more malty than a normal Bohemian style kind of crisp lager would be, um, or a normal German style, to be perfectly honest. Um, this is more gnarly, a bit more bready, a bit doughy as well. And it's not like white bread, it's like that gnarly bread with bits of rat tail in and all sorts of that sort of stuff. There is bitterness here too. Um, I would say it is more on the malty side. So, yeah, you people expecting hophead type beers, that's not what this is about. To be honest, that's not really what German beers are about. However, sometimes Buro, because they're definitely trying to be a bit different. Um, I might expect them to put a shed load of hops in, but they haven't. A little bit of lemony kind of bitterness, which is good. But yeah, that maltiness, it's nice. And biscuit malt is, I have to say, is for malty beers, that's a fantastic malt to try, along with brown malt. I like brown malt. It's a bit sweeter. Um, this has got a little bit of substance to it, but yeah, it's not super bitter. Put it that way. So there's no need to kind of bulk up the sweetness. It's just dry, malty goodness. Going for some more. Ooh. I apologise, dear viewer, for my intro. If you're still here, then obviously you're a fan or you like hearing my dulcet tones. Um, so I apologise. Maybe people will be like, "Wow, it's not what he's usually like." But it is like that after I've had 3 beers. Um, why don't you sit down and I'll tell you a story of Uncle Jonna and the 3 beers. There was a little beer, there was a medium beer, and there was a fuck off strong beer. Um, this is the 4th beer. Not 100% my thing, lager in general. But if I was in Munich, for example, or anywhere in Bavaria, sometimes in Austria too, they have some lovely Marzen beers. Um, and having a reasonably strong lager, pardon me, dear viewer, does often set the world to rights, especially with me. You can tell it was quite a carbonated beer. Well, you can't see my trousers. I'm glad you can't. It looks dreadful. Devastation. But yeah, Marzen beer is really nice, especially around October time, early October. Very seasonal. Hmm. But you know what? I always wonder why, if they're essentially lagering them in caves, um, for kind of 6 months, more or less. Um, why doesn't it like dry out more? Why doesn't it settle out more? It's weird. Maybe it's something to do with the special malts. Vienna malt was the one in here, I think, if I remember. Um, hmm, very interesting. Anyway, dear viewer, thank you for watching and listening to my inane banter. We'll be back real soon with more beer reviews, and I'm definitely going to get some more beer from the Wetherspoons Beer Festival. And keep your fingers crossed for me because it's all gone pear-shaped this week so far. Cheers and beers, guys. We'll see you real soon for another one.